Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Jimmy Brooks. Thanks for stopping into the channel. So today we are going to take a little ride on this bike around the town. If you saw my last three or four videos, I've been doing it on the 2021 CRF300L, the dual sport. And as you can see by my dirty shoes, I just came from filming those, and I wanted to hop straight onto this bike because I knew it would be quite the stark difference between, a naked bike and entry-level dual sport. So this is my 2019 XSR700, and I want to make the case why this is still the best naked bike on sale today. So let's hop aboard, and I will tell you why. Ooh. Da, 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 da. All right. So, first things first, cable actuated throttle. There's not a lot of bikes with that left. A lot of them are ride-by-wire, and in the case of the CRF300L, it's a disaster the way that mapping is on that bike. So I personally like it. Once you get used to the snappiness of this engine, there's really not here. Can I go in front of this guy or not? All right. Yeah, once you get used to the snappiness of the engine, it's really easy to mitigate. Like it has so much range of power. Like you could just ride it chill, you could ride it medium, you could ride it medium aggressive, you could ride it full aggressive. Like every 10% of throttle you give it, it giveth back. So yeah, this engine is just a sweetheart, man. It's my favorite engine on sale, and I don't have an exhaust for it yet, but man, I still have a hard time finding a better sounding bike than this. And it's just so aggressive. Like, I mean, all right, here we go. Ready? It's just so aggressive. I love the snappiness and the brute of the engine. And the clutch is in a perfect position. I love the length of it. I love the throw. It's nice and heavy. Feels beefy. These, the grips, just the bars are just beefy. They're thick, big old thick boys. And oh man, it's just a good looking bike once you start like taking off the funny looking stuff, like the little mirrors. You get some bar ends. If you could get little LEDs right here. I still need to figure out what company to go with there. Let me see if I can get it. The tail tidy kit. It's just nice and stubby. It's really something. I just really like the overall fit and finish of this bike over the MT-07. And man, if they made like a MT-07 SP, that might give this bike a run for its money, in my opinion. But you don't really need that kind of suspension to have fun on the street, man. When I get off the CRF, and that bike's dual sport, so it's tippy and it's high. So, and I like that because it's really easy to tip right over and do like small little adjustments. But it doesn't hold a corner to save its life. Like it's just, you can do it, but you don't want to push that thing in corners. It's kind of weird. Even though it's 100 pounds lighter than this bike, this just feels so stable. I just like how it feels. It just feels like, I don't want to say on rails, it's a little cliche, but man, going from a dual sport straight onto this bike, it feels like it's on rails. And oh man, it's just, I've seen reviews, and the only thing that stacks up in my mind are the SV650. The Triumph Trident, I was really excited for that on paper, but I mean, it was a done deal as soon as I heard a few reviewers say that, like, oh yeah, no, the Triumph Trident is objectively a better bike, but I still prefer, the character of the MT-07's engine. It is a more fun bike to ride. I was like, oh dude, done deal right there. Dude, that's what I'm looking for. That's why I'm riding a motorcycle. I'm looking for that fun, dude. And it's just, this thing is rowdy, bro. It is rowdy. Watch. Ready? And these brakes are pretty good too. Brakes are pretty good. People say they're spongy, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Does pretty good in my opinion. It's kind of nice having my dirt gloves on. Get that breeze through your fingers. And I like how you can just cruise on it. You can just chill, and it just holds revs so nicely. It doesn't have to be angry all the time. But when you want it to be, it's still that CP2. It is still the 270-degree angry parallel twin that Yamaha has perfected. Such a good ass engine, dude. Alright. Oh, barely missed it. Barely missed it. Alrighty. Just any gear, anytime, just just wrap it, dude. Just pure adrenaline out of this little thing. And you know what? This is the right amount of horsepower for the street. Somewhere between 70 and 90. That's where you want to be on the street, man. It's enough to do everything and have fun and actually go through some gears, not, you know, go to jail in third gear. Are we gonna miss it again? No, I'm gonna go before. Oh man, I feel like Batman on this bike. You know, big old motorcycle he rides. That's what I feel like when I'm riding this thing. I feel almighty and powerful. You can even stand up on it. The days of riding through the neighborhood while talking are probably limited, because once I get the Two Brothers exhaust, it's gonna be pretty obnoxious to bystanders. But you know, just the overall character, the overall usability, the price, the reliability. I've heard nothing but good things about the reliability of this bike. It's a complete package, and I was able to learn on it too for my first bike. I don't think you could do that with an MT-09. I would not put a dude who's never been on a bike on an MT-09. I like how you could do that with this and then also not be bored of it a year later. I really like adrenaline and speed and thrust and torque. All of it. Just give me all of it. And this thing does not disappoint. It's always awesome. You know, September will be a year since I bought this bike, and I love it more than the day I bought it, for sure. I have come to appreciate all the little things about it and the way it rides. It is just your own personal little yeet machine. There you go, front wheel in the air. It just kind of hovers above the air upon acceleration. Oh yeah, dude, I got my dirt helmet on too. It's blocking the sun. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. The only thing with the dirt helmets though, if you start going over 70 miles an hour, this bill, it'll pick your head right up, catching that wind. Dude, I've gotten so used to the handling on this bike, it's just, it just tips right into the corners. Here, let's go by the park. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to get my point across of you know, maybe any other things I missed about the bike, but it's just the basics that make it good. It's just the way it makes you feel when you ride it. it just seems like a substantial bike that you could be proud to own for a long time. And it just sounds so good. I mean, you gotta get a really nice bike for it to sound as good as this, you know, $5,000 FZ07 engine. You know, I thought I had more to say on exactly why I like this bike. I thought I would have like, okay, this, like a bunch of points, but it really truly is the basics, man. It's just a punchy engine. It just feels raw and primal. Just the torque you can get, even at where it's not optimal, just little, you know, just that little, it's just, I don't know. It's indescribable, really. It's just what motorcycling is all about. It gives you that torquey, thumpy feeling in a light package that's reliable, that's affordable. You know, I was really into sports cars, and you know, to get this kind of feeling, shoot, I don't know, man, you'd probably have to spend bare minimum like $60,000 on a GT350R or a Porsche Cayman of some sort. And even then, you're in a car, you're not riding a bike. It's just not the same thing. And this brings out all those feelings I always... It was honestly better than I expected. This is kind of getting into the car versus motorcycle debate, but you know, this bike embodies why riding a motorcycle is just really, really fun. So I'll leave it at that. This is an awesome bike. If you got it, if you're at all thinking about this bike, even though objectively it's not the highest tech, it's behind on a few things. I mean, it doesn't even have LED lights. I mean, come on. If you're thinking about getting this bike at all, you will not be disappointed. This thing is the jam. Thanks for watching, guys and gals, and I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.